Welcome back to Weight Loss for Women Over 40 podcast, where mindset meets metabolism. I'm your host, Nikki T, and I am a mindset coach. I am a health expert. Been in this business for 23 plus years, and I'm your go-to truth teller when it comes to ditching diets and actually loving your body. And the reason that is because I've done all the dieters mentality crap. Did that, I taught it, now, fast forward, mindset is the secret sauce. Mindset will set you up so you can do the workout, so you can eat the food that you love. If you like that, stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into today's topic. So, if you've ever felt like your brain and body are on two completely separate planes, different meetings when it comes to food and everything, this episode is for you. We're going to be talking about why you still don't trust yourself around food and how to change that. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You tell yourself, I'm just going to have one, and then one more, and then one more, and then like 10 more. And you swear you won't snack after dinner, and yet there you are standing in front of the fridge again, confused, frustrated, blaming yourself. You're not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. Here's what nobody tells you. It's not you that's the problem. It's the trust that has been broken. Today, we're diving into why so many smart, capable, brilliant women over 40 feel powerless around food and how to rebuild trust with your body from the inside out with no calorie counting, no shame spiraling, just the truth, some tools, and transformation. Are you ready? So, let me take you back to my own personal story. I remember being on vacation, and this was a while ago. I was deep in dieter's mentality. I was in a beautiful tropical location and there was room service that was ordered. There were two of us. I'm pretty sure the room service people thought there were at least 4 to 6 people in there because we had so many extra utensils. There was so much food there. It was ridiculous. And I was staring at this room service food and I was already full, but it was so just good. And like, again, I was deep in dieter's mentality and I still kept grabbing for food. And I remember thinking, why am I not stopping? What is wrong with me? Like reflecting on that moment, I had eaten so much food, like it was beyond the Thanksgiving stuffed. I don't think I've ever eaten that much food in one sitting, and I probably never ever will because it kind of felt gross at that point. But the truth is that I wasn't lacking willpower. I was making the decision to keep eating. It was that my brain was doing exactly what it had been trained to do: mistrust my hunger signals, rebel against any rules that I had set up, especially on vacation, and it found a lot of comfort in that food. So, for decades, for me, of dieting and being in this ballet mentality, right? Ballet was a huge influence on me. I started when I was 4. I danced professionally. I didn't stop dancing until I was 30. So we're talking a big chunk of my life that was dominated by dieters mentality. Not only dieters mentality, but this idea that you needed to be so thin and be able to maintain it. So that's what I was dragging around with me. Your story may be similar in different flavor, right? But what happens is we've built this process up and you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your hunger. I didn't even know what was hunger. Like, you don't trust your body. You don't trust cravings. You don't trust signals that your body's giving you. And you just stop. You just check out, right? So one of my favorite things that I love talking about is the ping pong match that's going on in your head. And I think that my clients, especially when they've come to me and they're like, yes, that explains it exactly. It's like this ping pong match that's going on. And I know you know the ping pong match very well, but let me rephrase it for you so you understand what I'm talking about. It's when you're faced with some food and you're like, I'm promising myself I'll be good, right? And then you eat the whole sleeves of cookies. Or when your voice starts to say, I shouldn't be eating that, but I really want to eat that. But I shouldn't be eating that because that's against the diet rules or whatever I set up. And then suddenly all you want is that thing that you are trying to resist. Ask yourself right now, just thinking about the ping pong match, right? The should I, shouldn't I should eat at 7 o'clock. I shouldn't have to eat after 7 o'clock. Like all those diet things. What feelings come up for you when you think about the ping pong match going on in your head? I know for me, it's anxiety, stress, and fear. So this isn't a character flaw. This is a protective pattern that we have developed. Your brain, your primitive brain, is designed to keep you safe. And when it senses deprivation, real or perceived, it will fight back, right? So your primitive brain wants to keep you protected. And when you're like, no, I shouldn't, you'll go through the ping pong match. And I guarantee you, primitive brain will kick in and it wants instant gratification. And what'll show up is your inner rebel, right? So that late night snacking, that binge after a clean eating day, or I did great all day. Oh, my favorite is I did great all week, and then the weekend hit. It's that moment when you are like, screw it, I already messed up. Might as well just keep eating. That's when the ping pong match begins. And the winner, unfortunately, is guilt, shame, and beratement. And eventually your inner rebel will come out, forks a-blazing, and eat everything. It's your captive primitive brain breaking out of its restrictive cage and just like, wanting to go after everything. And as frustrating as it is completely normal, especially if you're in dieter's mentality. It's your brain protecting you from restriction. And like I said, the primitive brain wants instant gratification. So you're basically wrestling with a toddler in your brain, in your head. So here's the hard truth about being in dieter's mentality. Diets do not teach you how to eat. They teach you how to obey. They teach you how to follow rules, and a lot of them. They teach you how to ignore your cues, your body cues, your signals. They teach you to measure your worth by numbers, whether that's a scale, whether you hit your calorie intake, whether you hit your calorie burn, all that. But your body, she's not a calculator. She's a communicator. And every time you override your hunger signals, you ignore fullness or label food as good or bad, you tell yourself and your body, I don't trust you. And your body believes you. So she starts to mistrust you too. And that's why you feel out of sync, very disconnected, like your hunger is something to fear. This is what I like to call diet trauma. And it's not your fault, but healing it is your responsibility and your opportunity. All right, so how do we fix this? So let me give you one practice that I teach my clients to begin rebuilding the trust with food in your body. It's deceptively simple, but very powerful. I like to call it the triple check. So before you eat, I want you to ask yourself, what am I feeling? What am I needing? What would nourish me right now, physically or emotionally? Not should I eat this? Not is this allowed? Not how many points or macros is it? Just honest curiosity. Because trust isn't built with all these dieter mentality rules. It's built on a relationship that you have with your body and with your brain. And a relationship requires listening. Think about the relationship you have with your husband or spouse or your children. You need to listen. It's a give and take, right? So I want you to try this for this week. Check in before you eat. Check in after you eat. If you want a bonus point, check in about 4 hours after you eat. Be very honest, be very curious, be very kind to yourself as you go through these questions. Even if you overeat, even if you completely, quote unquote, mess up, still check in. That's how you repair the damage. That's how you repair the patterns that you've created. Not with punishment, being present. So here's the thing. Your body never stopped communicating with you. You just stopped listening. Because diet culture trained us to doubt, to question, and to fear our natural instincts. but your body is so ready to trust again, to be your partner, to be your teammate. It doesn't happen overnight, but the moment you start listening, you start beginning to heal. And food, it stops being the enemy and it starts being a conversation and a connection to your body. So if you're tired of feeling out of control around food, especially this time of year with the barbecues, beach days, and ice cream trucks lurking about, this is your moment. Take back your power, not with another rule book, not with another diet, but with a return to a relationship with your body, with your mind, with your hunger, and with your inner internal wisdom. If this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to share it with a friend who needs to know that she's not broken. She's not hating, like if she's hating her body skinny, she doesn't need to have to. And if you are ready to take control of your mindset and set it up for lasting weight loss success, I want to invite you to my Master Your Mind to Change Your Body program. This group program will give you everything you need to succeed and more. The video vault will walk you through the process of losing weight and then just show up for the group calls during the week and get the support that you need. So let's celebrate your new body together. You achieving that body that you want and also continuing to get ongoing support in keeping that body. Because there's lifetime access right now. It is a limited time. It actually ends today, July 27th of 2025. This is the last day to get lifetime access in the Master Your Mind to Change Your Body. So if this is calling to you, go grab it because you're going to be in for the rest of your life. And it's a perfect way for you to lose the weight, get the body you want, and continue to get support as you maintain that body. You can go to weightlossforwomenover40.net/group. Again, it's weightlossforwomenover40 at the end, .net/group to get instant access. You could be inside that program literally as soon as everything goes through, like in 2 minutes flat. You can get in there and start going into the Jumpstart program and start learning what you need to do in order to manage your mind and get yourself set up for success. And then I'll see you in the group coaching calls. All right. Hope this was super helpful for you. And I hope that you have an amazing day. And I will hopefully see you inside of the group. If not, I will see you on the next podcast.